Everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined and our special TGIF edition of the show. Now, coming up, Marvel royalty hits the small screen tonight with Inhumans, and we get personal with the Queen. Plus, a jaw-dropping waterfront home up for grabs right here in Seattle. It is a beauty. I was there. And not one, but two major announcements from Macklemore that has the crowd going wild. It has been a big week of prime time with the return of some of our favorite shows, but I might be most excited about tonight's premiere of Marvel's Inhumans. The race of the superhumans with crazy powers was first introduced in Marvel comic books way back in 1965, and now they're making their TV debut right here on ABC. I spoke with the show's star, Serinda Swan, who plays the Queen of the Inhumans, Medusa. Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am good. So the premiere's tonight. What can fans expect?
I play the Queen of the Inhumans, and Black Bolt is the king. So there's this beautiful dynamic between Black Bolt and I, and ruling Attilan and ruling the people. But then there's this guy named Maximus, who's his little brother, who kind of feels like because we developed this language that we took the kingdom away from him because he was next in line. And he is not so happy about that. So you pick up the family where there's sort of a coup in the works. So it's a very human drama in an inhuman world, and lots of superpowers and lots of fun superpowers.
I'm looking at you right now, and you have beautiful short hair, but on the show, your hair is crazy and it has these superpowers. Tell me about that.
I know. Well, that was part of it. When I got the role, they said there is a side note. You are going to have to get your head shaved. And I was like, okay, great, let's do it. I mean, if you're going to do it for Marvel. And so that's been a fun kind of change in my life, is going from, you know, Medusa's long, fabulous hair to my short, fabulous hair.
Can you tell me why it's important for you to have a female in a superhero role that's successful, especially now at the times we're in?
One of my favorite things about Medusa is that her femininity is her superpower. It is something that is celebrated by her. She doesn't need to become more masculine. She doesn't need to come into this like robot hardcore muscle. It's all about her grace and her power and her presence. I think it's really important to show young girls nowadays, especially, that femininity in itself is power, and you don't have to do anything else. It's really phenomenal to be able to play a character like this.
I am so with you 100%, and what a great show. I can't wait to see it tonight. Hey, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Gard. I really appreciate it.
Marvel's Inhumans premieres tonight at 8 o'clock right here on ABC. Well, if you watch our show, you know we love everything from food to fashion and fantastic real estate. I have seen a ton of homes over the years, but this next waterfront mansion listed by our sponsor, Coldwell Banker Bain Global Luxury, is absolutely stunning. Just this week, I had the opportunity to tour this incredible property. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Gard.
I'm Terry Allen. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, Gard. Lisa Tenner.
Hi, Lisa. Nice to meet you. What a house. I haven't even been there, and I love it already. Will you show it to me?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Gordon, I'll show you the formal living room.
Look at this.
Pretty exquisite. It's a ballroom-sized living room with a lot of molding, original paneled woodwork.
So how many square feet is this house?
A little over 7,000.
7,000. How many bedrooms?
5.
So those bedrooms are probably pretty big because that's a lot of square footage for 5 bedrooms.
It is.
And then how many baths?
4.
4. And then the basement is all finished too, right? What's special down there?
We have an actual ballroom down in the basement, which is pretty impressive.
Like original to the house ballroom.
Original ballroom, and we have a nanny's quarters.
And then the upstairs, lots of bedrooms, and then kind of a really cool office. What's that about?
Oh, in the turret, there's a beautiful office with a fireplace, gorgeous views of Bellevue, Lake Washington, the mountains.
Everywhere you look, no matter what window, you're looking at water.
You're looking at water.
Wow, Terry, kitchens really sell homes, right? Like this one.
A gorgeous kitchen for a house of this vintage. It's pretty unusual to find a kitchen of this size. So the old kitchen is here.
So the old kitchen was here, and then this is all brand new.
All brand new.
Wow, this is just exquisite.
So now you have a formal kitchen, eating space, and a family room.
Great space here.
Beautiful.
So what's the coolest thing you have in this room? I mean, off the charts cool. Look at that. The button behind the sconce? All right, I gotta take a peek in here. Look at all the, oh man! You got a big old safe in here.
It's safe for the silver, for the formal dining room. Back in the day, they kept all the silver back in here.
Wow, and it's so hidden.
Yeah, hidden in a safe.
Wow, how cool is that? Hey, I got a question for you. What happened to Lisa?
She's down at the beach.
Lisa, what are you doing? Where have you been?
Dart, get down here and enjoy the beach with me.
Lisa, this is ridiculous down here. I mean, we have our own beach here right on the
I
lake.
know, it's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, how much property out here on the water?
175 feet of waterfront, and this property's almost an acre.
On the water, right
On the
here.
water, right
Lake
in the
Washington.
city.
Oh, it's exquisite here, and just the grounds are so beautiful.
I know, they're gorgeous. You know, the seller here put over $1 million just into this lot.
You know what's so nice about this? You can hear the water. It almost feels like you're in Hawaii.
Well, it is like being in your own resort here. I mean, you've got this little beach. How often do you get a beach cove on your property? You've got a dock with 2 boat lifts. You can even put a 65-foot yacht on the end of this dock.
That sounds like my kind of life.
Yeah, you could buy it. I can arrange that. Well, it's got everything you want. It really is like an in-city resort. You've got the beach, you've got the dock, you've got the grounds. They've had weddings here. They've got gardens. There's even a vegetable garden.
And they got a basketball court, too.
Yeah, they do.
Do you play hoops?
Yeah, I do.
Can we go play one-on-one?
Let's go.
Lisa, this is my kind of court right here, right on the water.
I know. You can play basketball, volleyball, little short court tennis.
Just about everything. I love
Just
it.
about everything. You know,
Yeah?
you make it, you get the house.
I make this shot, I get
You
the
make
house.
the shot, you get the house.
All right, here we go. I can't afford it, but give me some right here. What is the price tag, by the way?
11.8 million.
Well, for this setting and that house, almost sounds like a deal.
It is. It's a great buy. It's an incredible piece of property.
Man, that house was so cool. For more information on this beauty, check out our website, SeattleRefined.com. And I have no idea what was in the safe. Seattle Refined is just getting started. Disney's Aladdin is hitting the Seattle stage in just a few weeks, and we have a chance for you to win tickets to opening night. But first, after months of sleepless nights and hard work, we now have a winner in one of the Northwest's biggest fashion competitions. We'll introduce you next. Welcome back to Refined. It is the biggest fashion competition in the Northwest. Our sponsor is Fashion Week at the Bellevue Collection. Just wrapped up a fierce event where 7 designers battled it out on the catwalk, and it was a hot ticket with a hot prize. And Refined had a front row seat to all the action.
I'm super nervous. I can't believe it's here already. It's like, it feels kind of like I'm walking in a dream.
It all comes down to this moment for 7 up-and-coming designers. They're competing in the 6th annual Independent Designer Runway Show at Bellevue Fashion Week for a chance to win $5,000.
Oh my gosh, if I actually won, I think it just, would open up so many doors for me as far as like a designer.
I haven't been able to sleep or eat.
The road to the runway hasn't been easy. Their journey started last spring with auditions and meeting after meeting with the panel of judges.
Oh my goodness, it was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. There's nothing that wasn't challenged business-wise, emotional, physical, and I'm pretty damn proud of myself. I lived up to that challenge.
How are you? She really just has reinvented herself, and I'm so proud of her.
It's the night of the show. It's 6 months of really hard work. Typically every year, it's like someone will do this at the end, and I swear it's been like this the whole time.
You played it, you would see.
This year, Refined had an all-access pass to the IDRS competition. Former Bachelorette-turned-designer Desiree Hartsock was our exclusive fashion correspondent.
Being a designer, it's really empowering and inspirational to see these designers go from just their designs to actually having this moment and this opportunity. So I'm really excited to see who wins.
It was finally showtime, and the designers put everything they had on the catwalk.
It's like the biggest production I've ever seen in a fashion show. I really like the wrap skirts that I did with the cuts in it, like the block skirt that I have has 3,000 hand cuts in the skirt.
The jumpsuit, that was like my white whale. I struggled with it for a while, and to see it finally come together, I love it. There's these big, beautiful, voluminous dresses that are going to go down that runway. And so it's going to be lovely to see just these girls just rock it out and just throw it down the runway and just live it and love it.
The leather jacket, it took me forever to finish that because leather is kind of difficult to sew.
I haven't seen all of the looks together, and to be able to see each one go by, I mean, that's just, yeah, I'll probably die.
You'll see the last one. It's a pantsuit, Pano Palazzo with the poplin. It's my baby. And it's the last one on the runway.
One of the gold one, that's one, you know, the tail on the train took me 11 hours just to finish it.
This whole show was amazing. This is my first time witnessing it, and it was fabulous. Like, why isn't everyone here? Because it's so good.
The nerves intensified as the judges deliberated. Finally, the moment everyone had waited for.
Our IDRS winner for 2017 is Rebecca Adams from Pakistan.
I was backstage and I was like, I'm not going to win. That's okay. And then they were like, Rebecca Adams, and I like was all kind of tingly, and it's been so much work, and it's been like so many people supporting me going forward and like lifting me up, and I'm just so grateful to like get this opportunity.
I'm so excited. I was a fan from the very beginning, and I'm just so excited that she won.
Joining me now, of course, the winner of the Independent Designer Runway Show, Rebecca Adams. And you and I are watching that piece right there, and you're starting to tear up. This is super emotional for you.
It was a long 6 months, you know. I think going into it, the inspiration behind it, the people that I worked with, and seeing it all come together, it was just such a ride.
You know, we're watching that piece. It looks like it's Paris or Milan. This is a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think I didn't really realize how big it was, and even winning until a couple days later, and like strangers were coming up to me, or like, you know, we were randomly in Bellevue, and someone came up to me, and they were like, "Are you Poppy Seed?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm from. Wait, yeah, I guess I am." So it's been a whirlwind, but really exciting.
What really inspired you for this thing and doing these clothes and everything?
Yeah. So. After struggling with infertility for a couple years, my husband and I finally got pregnant with Miracle Baby. After Miracle Baby came, I like slid into hardcore postpartum depression and anxiety. And it really kind of took over, and it's interesting because what I was creating...
Did it just kind of stop your life?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like a really happy, bubbly, spiritual person, and it kind of just halted all of that. And so when a family member reached out and was like, hey, you know, you need to like see somebody about this. And then kind of, you know, going through therapy and like kind of going back into my faith a little bit more, and then all of a sudden kind of feeling like I was reborn in a way.
Right.
And I started producing things that were exciting and like joyful and happy. And so this collection is really inspired by breaking the surface of that tension and fog.
Wow.
Yeah, so
what a story.
It's really deep and personal for clothing. I mean, I think it's art, so I mean, it's a deep thing.
And how about clothing? You made your shirt, right?
I did, yeah. So this is it was actually on the runway last week, and it's part of our Spring Summer 18 collection. So the print, I collaborated with an artist in New Orleans, and we worked together doing it. So, like I said,
really nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So what's next for Rebecca Adams?
So Poppy Seed, we just wrapped up doing our lookbook for Spring Summer 18, and now we're just editing it, and then it's going to be up, and you can pre-order stuff you see on the runway. So it's going to be exciting.
That is exciting, and I would imagine it's going to take a while for all this to sink in, because it was just a few days ago that you won your $5,000. Your clothes are on display now over in Bellevue.
It's a whirlwind. Yeah, it's really crazy.
That is really cool. All right, Rebecca Adams, nice job.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for joining us today. All right, coming up on Refined, a personal take through the iconic sound of music. Plus, Macklemore's making headlines again. We'll explain when we come back. Welcome back to the show. I'm Garth Swanson, and yes, it is Friday, and you know we are always keeping our finger on the pulse of what's hot and happening around town, especially going into a weekend. And look who's back. It's our managing editor over at SeattleRefined.com, Britt Thorson. You are out and about abroad.
I've been in Europe for the past like 10 days. I still don't really know where I am, but what I do know is the breaking Seattle news that was literally just announced. Macklemore and his wife, Trisha, are expecting baby number 2.
Wow, there they go again.
There they are. They released a really cute little video video where they kind of did this thing where they're cutting a cake to see whether it's going to be a boy or a girl, and then they cut the cake and he pulls out a ticket, and the ticket says that he's going to have a second show at Key Arena here in December.
Nice.
So he not only announced that they're expecting baby number 2, but he is also has tickets are on sale right now for another show December 23rd in Seattle. Congrats to the family. Look at little Sloan, their little
That is
daughter.
so cute. What a cool little cake, too.
I know.
I love that.
It's pretty funny because those are his parents on the left there, and they, I think, actually thought that they were going to find out what their grandchild would be.
Yeah.
And then they pull out a ticket, and they're kind of like, oh, come on. I just want to know.
Right. All right, so what's going on with book club?
Book club is tonight. You can still come. It's not too late. We are reading George and Lizzie by Nancy Pearl. And guess what? The coolest part is Nancy Pearl herself is going to be there with us tonight. University Bookstore in the U District. We start at 6:30 p.m. Please RSVP to us so that we know you'll be there at hello@seattlerefined.com.
All right, well, we know you're kind of an international big star now because you're out there traveling around, but the Sound of Music, that goes right with your trip, right?
It does. So we went to Salzburg, which is one of the, oh my gosh, okay.
Is
so
that
we went
you?
to Salzburg. Yes, we went to Salzburg and I went on a Sound of Music tour. And I tried to recreate some of the key scenes, and I didn't really do too great.
You're right there in the gazebo.
Yeah, so that's my sister and I. We were just goofing around, and there I am
what's
getting
that
married.
song go?
See, you can't even tell the difference between me and Maria, can you?
No, you look great.
We're like the exact same person.
How much fun is that? That brings back a lot of memories.
The city of Salzburg, though, aside from the Sound of Music, is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. And don't let my antics fool you. It really, really was gorgeous. And I had a great time. I am still feeling the jet lag a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't really know like where I am or what time it is.
Well, it's just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday here on the Pacific Coast.
Okay, thank you. That helps. That helps me a lot. But I'm sure you guys missed me. I missed you.
And real quick, just tell me one more thing that you did in Europe that you really liked.
Well, I wouldn't say I really liked it, but we went to Dachau, the concentration camp right outside of Munich, and it was a really heavy, emotional experience. And I highly suggest anyone to visit a concentration camp if you have time. Not to bring down the mood, but it was mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's certainly a lot of history that people still need to learn about.
Absolutely.
All right, Britt Thorson always got a pulse on what's going on the weekends here in Seattle.
That's right.
Nice to have you back home. All right, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Refined. You know, once in a while we meet someone who's dedicated their entire life to helping others. Mike Regis is just one of those people. He spent more than 30 years at the Northwest Harvest Cherry Street Food Bank and just announced he's going to retire. Over the years, Regis witnessed the growing impact of Northwest Harvest and the changing faces of those in need.
It's not just the unemployed, it's the working poor. And as anybody who knows Seattle knows, this is a very expensive town to live in.
You too can make a difference in the fight against hunger. Go to bankerscare.com to donate or to find drop-off locations. You can also text WA Banks, WA Banks to 91999. The food drive ends today. Well, before we go, Disney's Aladdin is coming to Broadway at the Paramount next month, and you can enter for a chance to win 4 tickets to opening night by taking the What Disney's Aladdin Song Are You quiz. Find the quiz at seattlerefined.com/Aladdin. Opening night is October 12th at Seattle's Paramount Theater. All right, let's bring Britt back. So I took the quiz, and
So did I.
And what was yours?
One Jump Ahead.
And that was mine, too.
No way. Okay, so if any of you, like me, didn't know the song One Jump Ahead when you just hear it, Google it, you will. It's that one at the very beginning where he's like going through the market and he's like, one jump ahead, da-da-da-da-da. And he sings it better than I do, shockingly. But
the one question I loved in the quiz was, if you're going to a party, what would you want to arrive in? Like a limo, or a Ferrari, or a magic carpet? I said
magic carpet. Yes, I said, how could you not choose magic carpet? If that was an option, I'd be on that all day.
That was fun. I wanted to take it again just to see, because I got a couple of questions. I was like, well,
no,
maybe
that's
this.
cheating.
It
the
is
one
cheating.
you get the first time is the one, and it kind of scares me that you and I are the same because I pride myself in being very different from
well,
you.
our executive producer, Scott Rado, same thing. One jump ahead.
So go take it and see what you are. It's on SeattleRefined.com right now.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you right back here at 3 o'clock on Monday.